So if you've been watching the channel recently, you'll know that I'm very frustrated with the chip shortage. Either that or I'm just salty that I got a 1650. Future Tech Biz here. Apparently only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed to the channel, so if you could, that'd be great. Thanks for 50 subs, and back to normal Tech Biz. Anyway, with the sudden release of the RX 6600, it's been getting some pretty negative reviews saying it's a bad card, it's a scam, it offers bad performance, just buy the 3060. And yes, while some of that might actually be true, I have a very different take on it, and a very Australian one, to be that. Now first of all, I don't actually have the card, so I'm going to be referring to some benchmarks that Linus Tech Tips did, as I know he's pretty reliable, so I'll link that down below and you should check that out. So to start, it's priced at an MSRP of $329, which is the exact MSRP of the 3060. This is a clear indication from AMD that this is meant to fight the 3060 in its crown for 1080p. But the performance doesn't really show that. Unfortunately, in most games, the 3060 beats the 6600, but it still offers honourable performance at 1080p in nearly all games. With ray tracing on, the card is quite far from the 3060's performance, but still achieves 60 FPS. Plus, ray tracing is more of a gimmick than an actual feature, as it often doesn't actually provide any visual difference. The 6600 comes with 8GB of VRAM, which is great for 1080p and 1440p, but compared to the 3060's 12GB of VRAM, it's pretty measly. Now that we've discussed performance, let's discuss price, because this is where my perspective comes in on it. As I live in Australia, GPUs are currently available, and very available, but at an unreasonable price. Now this is where AMD comes in, because AMD cards, on average, are cheaper than Nvidia cards. This ranges all the way from the 6900 XT to the 6600. For $750, you'd be lucky to find yourself a 1660 Super. But when you look at $750, you'll actually find that you can find a lot of 6600s for under $750, which I think is an absolute bargain. This is why I love AMD, because they actually provide competition for Nvidia so that technology can advance further and further each year. Now going with AMD does of course have some caveats that some people might not be willing to give up. For example, Nvidia's DLSS works amazing, but it's only on Nvidia graphics cards, obviously. I mean, there is FSR, but it's not really supported in many games yet, and it doesn't create the same effect that DLSS does. Another place that AMD comes short is a video encoder. Nvidia have NVENC, which is really well developed, and when used for streaming or even recording video, you notice nearly no difference in performance. This is great, but AMD just doesn't have anything of the same caliber. Now, if none of those features actually matter to you and you just want a game, buy it. I actually really recommend it if you can find it for a good price. $700 for this card is actually not a bad price, considering that you can actually pay more and get less performance from Nvidia. This card should do the job for the majority. Just like our sponsor will not do the job for me, because I don't have a sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Bye bye.